I'm done with the joke. This is a podcast. What is good, YouTube? This is OWS The King Gaming, your hub for casual gaming. We're done fighting it, done pretending. These monthly videos I've been dropping, these long, stretched out old man rants, 2.5 hours. This is a podcast. So welcome back to it. This week is all about the backlog, the video game backlog. We're going to talk about games I bought, ignored. We're going to talk about what a backlog really is. We're talking about why mine is out of control right now. Why 2026 this year is the year of play what I already own. Consoles that I neglected, and the games that I play, and the games that I need to play on said console. And then we'll wrap it up and then talk about some of the games that I have not played. It's pretty much almost criminal that I haven't touched. So let's get into it. So anybody listen to my last podcast, I talked about how I didn't have a top 10 of games that I played for 2025. And in that podcast, I talked about where I spend majority of that year just playing a hell of a lot of sports games. Going back to old sport games from the 90s, playing old school NBA Lives, playing the older NBA 2Ks from the Dreamcast era, from the PlayStation 2, Xbox era, and just really having a blast doing it. And within that time, going back to the era of basketball that I loved the most, which was the 90s and the 2000s, the players, the teams, the mechanics, and just rehashing all of those things, even though some were janky, they had soul. They had that thing that kept us engaged in playing those type of basketball games, football games, those old Maddens, the old Bulls versus Blazers, going back almost to like a museum type of thing where you're looking at where EA Sports was back in the day in the cartridge era and how passionate they were when they was pushing those titles out. So yeah, no shame. I spent a lot of time in 2025 just rehashing a lot of, and then I played some your standard 2Ks and your Madden 26, and I had a blast learning how to figure out routes in Madden and learning how to properly have my defense up to par and really ranking up that difficulty and going in there in all pro and taking my lumps and sometimes winning. And yeah, it was a blast. So that's what I did. And within that, the backlog necessarily didn't grow more, although I did buy a couple of things. I ignored entire consoles. I ignored entire video games I collected. Then you had games where another person would probably look at you like, why haven't you played this yet? It's crazy. It's been years. You have a chance to play these. Why haven't you? It's like, now nobody defines what a gamer is for me, but even I look at some of these games that we're going to talk about and like, yeah, I should have played some of these by now. So it's I definitely, and none of them is like an excuse because I own all of these. And this is another thing. We were going to talk about games that I own, not games that I have like on a wish list or things of that nature. These are games, whether they're physical or games that I bought digital. But we're really going to more focus on games that I bought physically, and because it's quite a bit. It is quite a bit. I own physically over 1,500 video games going down different generations, going through I would say maybe 13 different consoles, maybe give or take a couple. Maybe I guess I should have counted this shit when I when I started this video. But yeah, total neglect from your Uncle OWS. So what is even a backlog? Backlog is simply, as we look at the definition, a list of games you own but haven't played or finished yet. Some people will call it a pile of shame. See, I don't. That's pushing things to more of a negative when you say things like that. So I definitely don't agree when it comes to calling it a pile of shame. And you have this thing where a lot of YouTubers push this into something that you're misdiagnosing yourself and saying that it's choice paralysis or backlog paralysis or no, it's no fucking paralysis. It's not. But that's also being said that if you have many options, sometimes it's hard to pick a certain thing. But that don't mean that it's negative. That means that it's always something there for you to try out, to enjoy. Now, I feel like conquering this situation helps better when you're away from the internet, because the internet is made for you to feel like you're a piece of shit. And the way, any way that you slice it, they're going to make you feel guilty for you having a said collection or a set of games in your Steam account or that you haven't touched, or if you own emulation boxes that games that you wanted to try and you haven't tried yet. Like, basically they're saying, well, you own too much. Well, nobody determines that but you. And maybe your loved ones, and the people that surround you, but definitely not some Joe Schmuck on YouTube telling you, oh, I got rid of all my shit, so you should too. Your problems is not ours. First of all, having a backlog and stuff is stupid. I don't understand why people do that. You shouldn't have a backlog. I had a backlog and it stressed me out and stuff. Well, we can't relate. I'm not you. So, first of all, you got to figure out what is in your backlog that may somehow stress you out. And then, let's be honest, I think one of the reasons why people have an issue with their backlog, because they feel like when they pop open a new game and they turn it on and start to go through a session, they feel like they're inclined to finish it. That one I don't agree with either. I think the win here when going through your backlog is the experience. Whether you pop it in for an hour or even 30 minutes, you experienced it. If it wasn't for you, it wasn't for you. If it didn't catch you, it didn't keep you engaged, it's just like scrolling. It's just like watching a video. Think about it on YouTube. Millions and millions of videos. You're going to keep on scrolling and scrolling and scrolling until one catch your eye, and then you're going to watch it. You're going to watch that one, or you're going to watch it for a few minutes, and then you're going to be on to the next thing. That's what doom scrolling is. But you experienced it. You watched that video, you got what you wanted out of it, whether it's for you or not. So why is that a problem when it comes to video games? Things that you own. You sit there and you watch that for free, you know? So I never understood that whole paralysis thing and stuff, because everything is a choice. Everything, you have choices, you have millions of choices every day. As soon as you get up. To get up in the morning is a choice. Or you say, oh no, I had to go, I got, no, it's still a choice. It's a reflex to get up in the morning and get what you need done, whether that's working or whatever. So you have choices, and choices is a good thing. So I always saw my personal collection as like, okay, well, I'm in my 40s. I should be retiring hopefully in maybe 15 years. And Lord willing, I'll still own my collection, and I'll be an old ass man and shit, playing some Galactic Wrestling or playing some Gungrave on the PS2 or playing some Code Veronica X, you know, things. I'm still going to be doing that because it's still in me. I don't think video games is going to be something that I grow out of. I have had stints where I went a couple years without playing, but I was always focused on whether it was work or other hobbies. I make music also. The way my collection stands now, okay, if I don't never buy another thing, if I never play another modern game, any game that comes out from this day forward, we're recording this on the 29th of January. Damn it, January is almost gone. Can you believe that shit? Fuck. I mean, Christmas is no time. God dang it. In the year of our Lord 2026, God damn it. Man, it's just, the world is, oh no, don't get me started. I don't want this to be that type of podcast. But if I never bought another game and stuck to every single game in my collection, if I pulled off one game a day off my shelf, I wouldn't even make it. I wouldn't make it. I'll be dead. I'll be dead. So that tells me that there's something to play every single day. There's till I die. There's something that to try out that I've never played before till I pass, till I leave this world. Because I've bought so many games. I never really did the video game collecting for aesthetics. I understand some people do that. More power to them. It's a lot of YouTubers out there that collect more than they play. But I really set up my collection and bought games that I legit want to try out. You know, I bought these games because I wanted to play them. I'm a collector, but not one of the ones that just buy all sealed games and just want to stare at them. I'm just not like that. I buy games to experience them, and even if it takes a few years, I'm gonna get to them. Every single one, try to, at least. The key word is try. We can leave this world tomorrow. So yeah, I started collecting back in 2019. After a decade away from gaming, I was focused on my career. I was making music, and when I came back, I really missed on a few generations. I was kind of out of it at the end of the PS2 era. I had like a stint where I went back to school and I was focused on that. And then I had my daughters, they were young growing up, and the things that came with that. PS3, Xbox 360 era. I had a PS3, I had an Xbox 360. But back then I played the basics. I was playing like your Gears of War, your Madden, the God of War 3, one of my favorite games of all time. But I missed like big franchises like BioShock, things of that nature, you know, the Uncharted games for that matter, like so many others. So I started collecting hard, just games that I really wanted to play. And now I own around like 15 big shells worth of shit worth of games across like multiple generations. And we can even go further back in retro, where I really don't collect retro that much. But me being from that era, being from the 80s, it's still games that really interest me. So I went the emulation route. So I got hard drives of old school games that I want to test out. But like I said, we're gonna focus on the physical. So this year is going to be a real big year for focusing on these games that's on this shelf. And I think this year more than, and last year a little bit, was more motivation to get back into really hardcore gaming. But within that, what motivated me to get these games checked out, trying out these games? Well, one thing that helped me more than anything was my channel, my YouTube channel, because the channel is built around, like I said, the casual gamer. I'm not locked into one genre anymore. We talked about the old sports things, or one different franchise. I can play retro, I play modern, I play sports, I play obscure, like different imports and mods, the classics, the hidden gems, the obscure games. I'm always looking for some obscure game that a lot of people don't talk about. A lot of the games that's glazed nowadays and stuff, I try to steer away from. And every time I play this stuff, I record my gameplay. It motivates me to keep going, doing my gameplays, send them to the channel, and it becomes more of a checklist, a blueprint, like a record of what I've played. So we're talking about, say, so far as like recently, we've dropped a couple episodes of me playing 007 from Russia with Love. We've been working on Uncharted 3, the PS3 classic. We're playing DuckTales Remaster, Atlas Fallen. We're going through Metal Slug. We just got done with Def Jam Fight for NY, my favorite game of all time. That will be showing up pretty soon on the channel, the last couple of episodes. Space Marine, Warhammer 2, great game. We talked about that, or games that I was playing in a past podcast. Little Nightmares 2. Posting gameplays keeps me accountable, It keeps me moving through the backlog instead of letting these games now collect dust. So if you've ever been in a situation where, man, I really want to get through my backlog, but every time I try to sit down and it's just nothing that like keeps me there to really start nailing down a lot of these games that I want to play. Well, maybe you need another incentive, just like working out. Sometimes you need that thing, and people say don't use anger or whatever to lose weight and get buff and stuff. Sometimes you need that shit, man. Sometimes you need that hurt from somebody calling you a fat ass, or your girl cheating on you, or some shit like that helps you get right. And you need that fuel, and that's I know that's like one that's way over the cliff of comparison, but yeah, like have a YouTube channel and just talk about video games. And yeah, you don't have to necessarily want a big audience. Sometimes you can just use it for a video library, and then when if you meet people or like-minded folks down the line, that's a plus. I think a lot of YouTubers that's trying to reach that whatever Mr. Beast status or whatever shit, they'll do anything and everything, and the stress comes with it. But if you're just passionate about video games and you want to talk about video games, you want to show off video games, you want to showcase video games that you're playing, why not get you a capture card, hook it up to your consoles and record shit. And then on top of that, then you learn editing and you learn talking on the microphone, and then you get obsessed with that shit. So it's fun. It's fun. And then it might be a passion. It might be another passion of things that you want to do. So, and it's all tied into this hobby of video games. So in the midst of 2025, I spent a lot of time on certain consoles, but I ignored a lot of consoles also. And that's not good. And one of the main consoles I neglected last year was one of my favorite consoles I've come to love collecting for, and it's the Nintendo Switch. But let's talk about the Switch. I love collecting for the Switch. The red spines, the obscure imports, the crazy shmups that I found for that console, and it plays great. It's good for that type of gaming on there. Weird ass indie titles, the PlayAsia exclusives, the limited run drops. To me, the Nintendo Switch is peak video game collecting. And I thoroughly enjoyed my time when I collected it. I say enjoyed because, if I didn't say this before, I have officially retired in collecting video games physically. I'll get the game here and there and stuff, but I'm pretty much done with my collection and pretty much happy with it as of right now. But yeah, love collecting for the Nintendo Switch. But in 2025, I barely touched it. I barely touched the games. I didn't touch any of the games that I bought for it. I played more PS1, PS2, Genesis, the Super Nintendo, and PS5 than I did my Switch. Like I said, that which is real crazy. Switch is a collector's dream, in my opinion. In 2026, this year, we are going to fix that. So we'll talk about some games that I want to start with right off the bat. We'll cover maybe like 6 or 7. So I keep track of games I own on GameEye. Now I give or take maybe a few that I didn't scan, or sometimes they won't scan themselves depending on if where they came from. If they came from overseas, like PlayAsia, sometimes it doesn't show up right, and then you kind of manually have to do it, and then it still doesn't show up, and then by that time I probably said screw it. So, but give or take, it'd be like 208 games physically I own for the Nintendo Switch. But, and I maybe played about 17% of them, if that. Yeah, I really got to get to it, man. I really got to get to it. I have such a, in my opinion, a real fair, real solid collection of games on my Nintendo Switch. And yeah, all of them worth playing. All of them worth playing. But we'll talk about just a few of them. So the first game that I would love to pop in and try out, that we will be trying out this year, Lord willing, is Arcade Paradise. Arcade Paradise is real kind of interesting. It is a laundromat to arcade sim job type of game, and I'm kind of going by what I remember as like watching trailers and looking up information, that he was given this laundromat and you have dreams of turning it into like a arcadey type of thing, and then you have to manage this laundromat, and you start ranking up money, and then you kind of change it up and you start buying these arcade cabinets, and some of the arcade cabinets that you purchase kind of resembles, like, not necessarily the actual characters or their likeness or anything, but like games of that similarity, like your Donkey Kongs and your Pong games and your Asteroids, and even like more further down the line, and like arcade games like your beat 'em ups and things of that nature. So it really mesh into that 90s aesthetic that you're trying to get to, or you're trying to achieve, I should say. Now, my negative about it is the work loop itself. I have enough jobs. IRL, I have enough jobs. So being a manager, being a worker at a laundromat, being a worker at your own arcade is really one of them things that probably with this title gave me a little bit of a cause for pause. Like I said, I just wanted to set up my own arcade right then and there and get to it and place certain things and charge people a shit ton of money, you know, to to get into the arcade. So, but it really seemed like it's a good premise. It seems like a cool title to check out. And yeah, as long as they don't like really hit you with the, oh, you got to pay taxes on this, or you have to, you know, kind of, we really need to still like stay in the realm of this is a video game. We don't have to get too in depth and to things of that nature. So hopefully it's something that I'm really interested in, and I can actually like get through it within a few days or maybe a month or two. So second game, Dodonpachi Resurrection. Well, Dodonpachi Resurrection. I love shmups. I love shmups, and like I always say, I am terrible at shmups. I am a terrible. You can see some of my gameplays of shmups that I've posted, and I I die every few minutes, especially bullet hell. I have bullet hell allergies, man. Like those things, man, they gravitate to me, and I end up getting killed ASAP. But they're fun. They're fun, and I love them a lot. And Dodonpachi Resurrection is peak bullet hell cave, the legendary cave. It's just peak shmup action, man. Like it's the music. I've seen like gameplays of this. Like the music is awesome. The action is just, it's real top tier, man. Nothing excites me more is a good shmup, man. And really, I'm gonna take one of these. I don't know what game it is, but I'm gonna play one of these shmups, and I'm gonna master it and get crazy good at it. And hopefully this year I can sit down and really put my focus on one particular shmup and just master the shit out of it. And I think Dodonpachi Resurrection will be that game. So yes, Dodonpachi Resurrection for the Nintendo Switch, and this one's also a special edition that comes with the game itself and like a steel book and stuff. So that's cool. I end up getting this one off a limited run. So there is that. Bakaru. Number three is Bakaru. Bakaru was only in Asia and territories for the longest, and I watched video of this thing and I thought it was so damn cool, to the point where I was like, if it's playable, if the menu is somewhat, I can kind of just take my phone and put it on Google Translate and take a picture of it, and it kind of guides me through the menu. I was going to get it that way, but they came out with a English version of this, and I ended up getting it from PMP Gaming. This is a Canada video game distributor. and I ended up finding this for fairly cheap. And it has that, it's like a mixture of like an action platformer with like Mario 3D world type of energy, real colorful. Looks real fun, weird. That's right up my alley, man. That's right up my alley. This is definitely one of those Nintendo Switch ass games, man. Like it's just one of them games that feels like it's supposed to be on the Nintendo Switch. I don't know if it's exclusive to just a Nintendo Switch. I'm not actually sure. I've never seen it on PlayStation or anything, but yeah, Spike Chunsoft, they don't make no bad shit. As far as I know, they usually make some bangers, man. So yeah, that's Bakaru. I hope I'm saying that shit right. Number 5, Katana Kami. I can't find a case of it right now, but it's like an isometric hack and slash. It's another one from Spike Chunsoft. I got that one imported. Most of my majority of my collection is imports. That's what the Nintendo Switch is really good for, man. Those good imports, those good indie games, those games that you're just not going to go to Target and just find just sitting there, man. It's people shit on the Nintendo Switch for whatever reason, but it's one of the highest grossing consoles ever, so somebody loves it. And if you look on YouTube, man, you'll find a lot of like-minded people that collect a lot of great things for that console and buying a lot of those indie games, checking out a lot of those obscure games that you're not necessarily seeing on other consoles. Number 4, as I talk about other people that collects for the Nintendo Switch, everybody has this game. Let me tell you what, if you're a collector of Nintendo Switch games and you look up somebody else's collection, nobody's collection is the same when it comes to collecting for the Switch. Nobody's. But except one game, everybody has this game. I guarantee you, everybody has this game, because this was one of the first games that I picked up because I saw it and I thought it was cool as shit, and I never got to it. I thought the mechanics of it was kind of out there and kind of confusing, but yeah, we're talking about Astral Chain. Everybody has this game, man. It feels like one of those platinum games. Feels like a Bayonetta game or a Vanquish type game or Metal Gear Rising. It feels like one of those, like that style of action. One of the best looking games I've seen on the Switch. I really have no excuse that I haven't played this one. But it's just one of those things like that. The mechanics themselves is so weird. Like you're controlling your guy, and then you controlling like it's almost like an avatar robot android type of thing. I don't know. I don't know. I've seen trailers for this game and stuff for years, and I haven't popped this one into the Switch. I've had this one from over like maybe 3 or so years, and I have not tried it out, and I really need to. Definitely be looking out for some Astral Chain on the channel. And then I talk about Katana Kami. Katana Kami, like I said, isometric hack and slash. There was another Spike Chunsoft game. I imported that. Looks like the menu is in English. The cover art in itself says otherwise, but doing my research, I think the menu, they have at least the option to turn it to English. So yeah, definitely will be looking for that one. I love my isometric games also. If you're a hack and slash type of game, that's right up my alley. So I'll be checking that one out as soon as possible. And then we have Tunic. Tunic is cool. I've heard a lot of good things about this game. It is definitely a Zelda inspired isometric type of dungeon crawler. Is Zelda considered dungeon crawlers? I don't know. But it does feel like that big world, like secrets everywhere, puzzles you might have to get into, like that real retro, need a map, need a guide to get through this game. Something like that. Like it really feels like they're really leaning into that type of thing. You can even tell, you can even tell from the fox that he has like basically the whole Zelda and Link skin so far as like clothes and stuff. Like he got the Zelda drip and everything. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm playing right now Chrono Trigger right now. That's my long RPG right now that I'm trying out. And even in the way that I am doing it, where I'm kind of breezing through the fights, it's such a big game. It's a very, very big game. So I'll be getting to Tunic right after that. But yeah, you can't, these games like this just don't miss, man. It don't miss. And you have to at least try to experience it, especially if you you own the game. So definitely will be checking out old Tunic here soon. That was number 6. And then I can look on to, as I'm looking right here, I'm close to my collection right now, and I'm looking at Rack and Ruin. That's another isometric type of shooter, top-down type of shooter game. And I got like Prinny 1 and 2. Those games was exclusive on the PSP for years. They managed to get them on the Nintendo Switch. Ghostblade, another good shmup. Never Awake, this kind of weird shooter where you got to use both thumbsticks to guide you, and yeah, it's kind of a pretty cool mechanic with that one. Then I'm looking at the Cat Quest trilogy and Maid of the Dead and Ender Lilies. They say that's more of a Souls-like type of game, but which I'm not a big fan of Souls-like, but they said that the narration, the story, the narrative is pretty good in that game. So definitely want to check that one out. So I definitely have my work cut out for me this year so far as the Nintendo Switch. I can't neglect the Nintendo Switch this year like I did last, because it's almost blasphemous, man. There's a lot of great titles for the Nintendo Switch that I own that I really need to get to and really want to try out and enjoy. And it'll be one of those things where it's like like I do every year of games that I try out that I had on the shelf for the longest stuff. Why did I take so long to play this game? Why did I drag my feet and wasn't there A1 and things of that nature? So we will be checking out a lot of these games. So look forward to that on the channel. So because we've pretty much stayed on topic, this is really, and I say this every podcast, that this should be a shorter, on the shorter side of things, this one. But we will get right into like our last topic and stuff, is that games that's in my backlog right now that are almost criminal. So now we're going to get to the heavy hitters. Games that people swear by, games that are highly regarded, highly reviewed, bid numbers as in sales, are instant classics, ones that I own, but I have never touched. All right. So let's go. First game. And this could be like a whole thing. This can go for hours, man. This can go for hours talking about it. But I just picked these real top ones that I really feel like I have to at least attempt to try this year to rectify my embarrassment. Basically, Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm gonna say Grand Theft Auto 5. Are you fucking kidding me, man? Oh, what are you doing? Look, I'm gonna show a video of this. If I'm showing it right now, I have over 200 hours in Grand Theft Auto 5. I've played Grand Theft Auto 5 nonstop, but I've never played it right. I never played it like you suppose. Well, and as a single player campaign, I've never played the single player campaign. I've spent 200 hours, over 200 hours plus, blowing stuff up, get on the phone, use the cheat codes, get on there, get some damn missiles, get all the weapons and shit, and just go around and just act like a complete asshole, causing all types of problems and stuff, getting my stars up as far as possible. Me and my son trying to see who gets killed first. You know, who gets caught by the cops, who gets wasted. Yeah, I've spent so many hours driving around listening to Freddie Gibbs. Oh, the damn radio crashing in and shit, just going all over the world and stuff. The GTA world, and not playing it like the actual story, not playing as Franklin and going through the whole, like playing with Franklin and linking up with Trevor. And the most I've done is that getting to that interlude where you're doing the bank robbery thing and you're doing the getaway. That's it. Once you get into the main story, I have not touched it. And I've had this game on my PlayStation 4, and then recently I've had it on my PlayStation 5. Yeah, I bought that thing on digital, and like I said, I've never played it like a normal effing person. I've never have, but always had a blast when I played it. I really want to, before we get to Grand Theft Auto 6, if that thing ever even shows up, and you don't have to, because I know their stories is going to be different. I don't think you'll see any other characters from Grand Theft Auto 5 on the new Grand Theft Auto 6, but I really liked Grand Theft Auto 4 so much for the story itself. Like, Nico is one of those classic characters that really put that Grand Theft Auto 4 in like the upper echelon for me when it comes to doing some sort of ranking and things of that nature. But I could be wrong about Grand Theft Auto 5 if I actually play it properly. So yeah, we're gonna get into that one here soon. Playing Grand Theft Auto for over 200 hours, and that had nothing to do with anything online. I've never played it online. I might have got on there maybe once just to see, and it was like your standard shit when you get into modern day online shit. So I was like, yeah, this not for me. And I went back to my usual way I play the Grand Theft Auto. So yeah, just going around, just punching people in the back of the head, trying to get my 5 stars, and then just turning the game off. That was just me. That's my whole experience from Grand Theft Auto 5 for all these years. So never played the campaign once. Not once. So properly, I should say. Yeah, but before Grand Theft Auto 6 drops, I have to fix that one. That one's I have to fix. But yeah, and then we got number 2, Undisputed Boxing. I've never played this one. This is another game that I haven't played yet, that some people are, it seems like it's more divided than anything. Some people love it, some people hate it. I really want to love this one, but every time I see gameplay, or the homie Midwest World, check his one of his secondary channels, he does a lot of Undisputed. Every time I see that game, I'm like, there's better boxing games than this. There's way better boxing games than this. Yeah, it looks okay, but it's way games that feel better in the actual combat, actual fighting, that feels and looks better in action compared to Undisputed. So this one I own. I end up getting this one on Woot. Woot is a kind of a sister or like another partner of Amazon, where you can find games like shit dirt cheap, man. And I found that one for like $20 at the beginning of 2025, and it just sat on the shelf. And every time I was like, okay, it was because I was in that vibe of playing a lot of sports games. I was like, well, let's pop this one in, and I just keep on looking at it. I'm like, we might pass on this, man. We might, play some Fight Night Round 4, because Fight Night Round 4 looks and feels a lot better than this. So this one might be one that I might never even try out, but it'd be crazy that I bought this game and at least then play it for a session. So we'll see. Number 3, Spec Ops: The Line. A lot of people that you ask, they'll tell you Spec Ops: The Line was so overlooked, but then turned into a classic afterwards. We talking about in PS3, Xbox 360 era. People just looked at it like it was, Spec Ops games has been coming out since PS1. And this was something way different. And I think that name kind of screwed it up, maybe. I don't know. If it would have been called, who knows what the hell. But if it didn't have that Spec Ops tag onto it, it might have did a lot better. A lot of people overlooked this one, and then when people start playing it and start talking about it more, a lot of people more started experiencing it and saying, hey, yeah, this is a crazy ass cool narrative, kind of one of the best stories of that generation, multiple endings, real heavy on the war type of stuff, the themes of it all. I avoided the spoilers for this game for years. Every time I see it coming up on my timeline or somebody's talking about it, I avoid it. From what I've heard about it, they say that everything's solid. The gameplay itself is solid. The story is top notch. I really want to check that one out. This one's right after I finish up. I'm playing Uncharted 3, and I'm about done with that. I'm gonna pop this one in right away, and yeah, we're gonna have to get it in with this one. This one I'm really excited to play very, very soon. I've had it for a couple of years now, and a lot of my games I just drag my feet. You can only play so many, but yeah, this one is going to be a 2026 game that I definitely play, and we will be doing a review, Lord willing, and we'll be talking more about the Spec Ops, The Line. Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. Well, Brandon from Unnecessary Rambling, he put me on to these. He was talking about those, and I was like, man, I like the way this look. I'm not a real big Star Wars fan, but you put me in that type of action where it feels like a Star Wars The Force Unleashed. Yeah, sign me up. Sign me up. I thought they were Souls-likes, but they're not. They're just action adventures with real good combat. I own them both. I would love to do Fallen Order and then play Jedi Survivor. Which is the Fallen Order the first one? And Survivor's the second? I'll figure that out. I'll play the first one and then hop right on to the next. That'd be really cool to get those done here in 2026. Definitely need to fix that one. Jedi Fallen Order. One of those should have been played at least. Stellar Blade. I own Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade was highly talked about. Odd fucking complaints from I don't know. That this was really right when the grifting shit started to be recognized as grifting shit, because they really tried to cancel this fucking game and it blew up in people's face. It really blew up in people's face because a lot of people was real fans of this game, and they was telling those people to shut the fuck up, and it came out to be like a real solid game. Like it was a real, not necessarily like the best when it comes to like a narrative or things of that nature, but fun to play. Another Souls-ish type of game, but not like a Souls-like game, but still a game that I've owned and stuff for the at least over a year, and purchased it and put it in the cabinet and didn't think nothing else about it for a while. And when I was scrolling for certain games to play and stuff, I always see it, and I'm like, well, maybe right now is not the time. We'll something else catches your eye or things in that. So like, but yeah, that's one I'm just really gonna have to like just go ahead and see what the old Stellar Blade is about. So, and like I do on the channel, if it's a game that I don't see myself playing all the way through it, I'll turn it into a quick gameplay and have it on its own playlist. And so at least we'll see like the first couple missions at least. But this is a game that I feel like that will definitely be one of those games that I want to get through and see through the credits. So yeah, that's old Stellar Blade, right up my alley. Fan servicey. Hey, you can't beat that and shit, because Uncle OWS love his fan service. The Judgment games, Judgment and Lost Judgment. Look, I love Yakuza. Yakuza 0, Kiwami 2 are three of my favorite RPGs of all time. Yakuza is the reason why I have a sort of tolerance for action RPGs. So the question is why I haven't played any of these. This is just basically either a spin-off of everything that I like from Yakuza, and from what I hear, it's kind of elevated. It's its own thing, but they also mesh well. Like you would know that this is definitely from that Yakuza family. The stories seem like they're pretty strong, and just another one of those worlds where you can just go into and you're doing all different types of QTE jobs. And I think this one of these involves like a school or something. And yeah, I haven't watched any gameplay of this in a long time, but when I got my PS5, I kind of was late on getting it. I didn't get my PS5 for another year and a half after they released. Was it 2021? Maybe in the beginning of 2022, I ended up purchasing because I know it was around New Year's. But anyway, Judgment and Lost Judgment was one of those titles that I ended up buying and having hopes to play like right away, but it never happened. There's these two games where you feel like you have to play the first one and then go right to the sequel, but there's a lot of meat to these games. Yakuza games never not give you like extra shit to do in these worlds and stuff. It's not just always bare bones story action and go to this and this. They always have some peer off stuff, and that's another thing I have to also do to focus more on a lot of these games, is that I can't get sidetracked on a lot of side quests, which I am a side quest guy. I love going and playing like extra stuff that has nothing, usually don't have much to do with the story itself, whether you helping somebody or you running a bar and you doing a dating sim type of thing. I'm looking at the Yakuza side of things, but yeah, Judgment, Lost Judgment. I've never heard negative things about either one of those games, so hopefully that they end up being like some of my favorite in the whole Yakuza ecosystem. So yeah, Judgment and Lost Judgment. Have not played those. Have them. Haven't played. Number 7, Dead Space 2. I'm looking at the Dead Space 2 for my Xbox 360. There's a lot of games on my Xbox 360 that I own that could have been on this list. But I saw Dead Space 2 and I was like, I played Dead Space 1, loved it. Never played the sequel, never played 3. Of course, I don't own Dead Space 3. People say it's even better. People say that it's even better. Really want to check this one out way before scary, spooky season. So I'm pretty sure that this one don't disappoint. I don't remember any other reviews for the Dead Space 2, but from what I've seen, it looks like the fucking titties. So yeah, we'll be checking out Dead Space 2 here pretty soon, hopefully. Number 8 is another one that was hated on for I don't know what reason, but then later down the line and stuff, people was saying it was the best thing since sliced bread, and they're waiting for a sequel. And I don't think the sequel is coming for this particular game. But Days Gone, never played it, own it. PlayStation fans nowadays, they swear by it. But the zombie horde stuff, your typical Walking Dead survival horror type of atmosphere, yeah, how can you mess that formula up? You know, how can you mess that up? I remember watching the first gameplay at maybe it was at a award show. This was years ago. Okay, so I was going to say 2017. Yeah, it was 2016, and I think maybe 2017 is when they showed like actual gameplay, and seeing that whole swarm of zombies, and it really didn't look like too crazy at the time with the whole atmosphere and stuff. But when you saw that zombie horde, I was like, I'm there. Being able to like mow down a shit ton of zombies like that and without getting killed, that gotta be like stress inducing and just video game endorphins, man. Like that's right up my alley, man. That's something that I really want to try out and stuff. And I heard that it has a decent story to it. So, and like I said, 2016 when it was revealed. Oh, and then they made the devs made the Siphon Filter games. I didn't know that. Siphon Filter is kind of, I can take it or leave it with that franchise. I think I played maybe the first 2. But yeah, that's this game, another one, just as I was pulling these out for the shelves and stuff, and I was looking down, and I got certain like PS4 games and stuff that's in another area, and I was looking, I was like, man, I forgot I had this. And I'm like going down the line of all these different games, and I'm like, shit, I really neglected not just the Nintendo Switch, just the whole collection in general, man. I was so in my own shit when it came to sports games last year that nothing else really mattered. So yeah, we're definitely going to try Days Gone sooner than later, man. But yeah, if you've had your PS4 and you had your your PS5 and stuff, most likely and stuff, you've ran through this game. You've tried it out at least or something, man. It's Days Gone is one of them games that's standard to PlayStation, and that's just one of them ones like playing God of War 3. You had to play that game, and if you haven't, then what the hell are you doing? So yeah, that was number 8, Days Gone. So this is a funny one, because in 2024 I did my top 10. In 2025 I did my top 10 for my best games I played in 2024, and I think this made number 3. This made number 3 in the video, and I gushed so much about this game and this character to the point where you would think that right off the bat and stuff I would have went right to the sequel, because it had a sequel. I own the sequel. I own a weird little paper digital scratch off code thing that it came with my PlayStation 5. Now mind you, it's like 2022. Yeah, it was okay. So it was around January. I'm looking at it right now. It had to have been after January, actually. So I was, man, my old man brain, I wasn't that far off. So the Horizon Forbidden West that I ended up getting came with my PlayStation 5, and it was a digital code type of thing. And before that, I had my Horizon Zero Dawn game for the PS4, and so I put the Forbidden West digital code into the sleeve of Zero Dawn, and I'm like, I'm gonna play this, and then we're gonna get to Forbidden West soon. And I didn't get to Horizon Zero Dawn until 2024. So I had such a almost like, it was one of those games where people talk about such and such got me back into gaming and things of that nature. Those was one of those ones with other games from that year. 2024 was a high game year for me with the games that I played. But I slept on Zero Dawn for so long. I wasn't there day one, and I kicked myself in my own ass for missing out on it, because that was such a solid game. And I gushed about it. Hopefully, if I remember stuff, I'll put that into a link somewhere. And then I got to the point where I replayed Zero Dawn again, and with the upgraded graphics on the PS5, that update that we got, where you can like pay like $10 and they upgrade it for you. And then I played what was it, the Hidden Shores? Am I saying that right? The DLC, and I never got to Forbidden West. And here we go in 2026. Still haven't touched it. I rave about this franchise. People talking shit about Aloy and stuff. I'm at your neck. But it seems kind of like being contradicting, and I've never touched the sequel yet. So this is another one that's like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Why you own this game? Won't you experience it? Won't you check it out and stuff? And from what I've seen and stuff, it looks so damn beautiful. Even in comparison of Zero Dawn, which is no slouch when it comes to looks and stuff and gameplay, I have to imagine that Forbidden West is 10 times better. You might have some hiccups in the story, but the story, in my opinion, in Zero Dawn, while it had some good parts in it, a lot of the story was kind of forgettable. Some of the stuff that I will remember more is a lot of the side quests. I love the side quests in Zero Dawn. So yeah, so that one is definitely going to be a 2026 game. I will be getting to that one as soon as possible. Can't wait. I still have that damn code paper in the Zero Dawn case, and shit, I hope that shit don't expire, because that was a few years past since then. So hopefully that didn't, if not, then we'll just end up getting it again. That was just on me. That was my screw up. I should have at least downloaded it right away and had it on my PlayStation 5 to end up trying it out. So number 10, Final Fantasy 7 Remake and Rebirth. A lot of sequels, a lot of sequels and originals with this list. Got them all. Got Remake, got Rebirth. I've played, and I talked about this on my Chrono Trigger video that I posted. I've played Final Fantasy 7. That was my first turn-based game that I've played as a teenager. At the time, it was one of those games that everybody was talking about it, and I wanted to try it out. I rented it at Blockbuster, and I remember playing the first disc, and I ended up buying it. And at the time, I was working at Kmart. I was working at Kmart, and I ended up buying it at Kmart after I got off of work, because of the story. The story. I hate turn-based. I'm not a fan of it. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. It's the whole you go and I go thing and stuff. It's so goofy to me. It's so damn goofy, but it's its own genre. It's loved by a lot of people. My patience don't even work like that anymore. I can't do it. I can't do it. But the story itself always kept me engaged, and I'm a story heavy guy when it comes to these video games. So when they said that they were making a Final Fantasy remake, I was like, hey, sign me up, man. Sign me up. And then the game, I remember seeing the first trailer years and years ago, and then it finally released, and majority of people loved it, but they were saying that it was like missing some things, so far as like the story itself. Then fast forward a few more years and we get Rebirth, and I have Rebirth, and I don't know why I do this stuff as a collector. I buy this stuff in the future of that eventually I'm going to play it. And yeah, we got to get through Final Fantasy 7 Remake, and we got to get through Rebirth, because I heard that one's just as big, just as fun, a lot of side shit to play in that and stuff. So yeah, we'll definitely be checking that out. 11, Sleeping Dogs. Sleeping Dogs. This one's kind of a cheat, because I played a little bit of Sleeping Dogs. I played the first maybe 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half. Loved it. Enjoyed it so damn much and stuff. I'm like, this is going to be one of them ones. This would have been on my 2024 list, because I remember playing it in 2024. But the problem is with Sleeping Dogs was I ended up rage quitting. I got stuck at some random door code puzzle. I don't know what I was doing wrong. I don't know if some clue or something that I wasn't trying to, I wasn't finding. I don't know. I don't know what the issue was, but looking it up, the code was auto-generated, so it's never the same thing. So I couldn't watch anything on YouTube to help me. I think it was one of those things that I needed to get through to the next part of the game, and I just got pissed off. I got pissed off and I quit it, and I never went back. That quickly turned me off to that game. I was like, why is this even here? The combat was so damn good. Throwing people heads up in vents and shit. doing type of crazy parkour stuff. The action and stuff was top notch in that game. So damn fun. It was really turning into like a palette for Grand Theft Auto, a palette cleanser or whatever. Is it? I say it wrong. I really thought that was going to be the game and stuff, and it hit like a wall. Trying to get into some damn door with this security code that I could not find, and I was like, I know that there's going to be more of this shit. That's what I kept on thinking. I was like, when we do this one time, I'm gonna go through this same headache. Even if I figure this one out, I'm going to have to do this again because it's going to be its own loop. And my brain talked myself out of it and I didn't play it. So I would love to go back to it, kind of take a deep breath, be more patient with the game and figure out what I did wrong, because I'm pretty sure it's a me thing. Obviously, this game is another game that's like well loved. And yeah, it just screwed me up. So I definitely will be getting back to this one. The Outer Worlds, number 12, The Outer Worlds. Another game that's been talked about a lot. And The Outer Worlds 2 has came out. This is another one that I didn't get the sequel for. I wanted to try out Outer Worlds first because it kind of feels like Fallout. And I hate Fallout, so I don't want to put any time in it and stuff if it's like Fallout. But from looking at it and stuff, it's actually kind of peers over to the BioShock type of gameplay. It still has its RPG shooter elements. It has great reviews. It's been talked about, so I don't know how well the second one did, but it was another game I owned for years and it's still sealed. So we will definitely be popping that seal here pretty soon for the Outer Worlds. Red Dead Redemption 2, take this back with, I put this in the same category with Grand Theft Auto 5. I did not play the game like I was supposed to. This one I maybe spent just a couple hours on, but didn't do anything in the main story. Just started being an asshole, walking in the snow and shooting dogs, shooting wolves and shooting animals and stuff. That's what I did. And I don't know what turned me off to this one. And I love Red Dead Redemption, the first one for the Xbox 360. I've played that shit for hours. This game is like a 50-hour plus game. I did look that up, and I remember saying, do I want to put that much time into getting to the credits? Because yeah, sometimes just the thought of it will put you in a state of mind where you don't want to try a certain game. That'll psych you out of certain games that's in your collection. So yeah, it's a time sink. But it's really one that I wanted to experience. I really had a good time playing Red Dead Redemption, the original. I remember getting, like, when DLC was kind of still not as bad as it is nowadays and stuff, getting those gold, the gold shotgun, the gold pistol, and I think it was like unlimited ammo in those gold guns and stuff. But I remember playing that the second way through and getting through it and playing it and having the blast and stuff. So I'm sure Red Dead Redemption 2 is just as good. I've heard that the world itself is just so like amazing. It's really like one of those things that you have to experience. So yeah, that will be as much of a time sink that one is and stuff. That would be definitely one that I need to try out. So properly, I should say. Number 14, Last of Us 1 and 2. This one might not even happen. You know, I think I'm good with The Last of Us and the franchise and stuff. I own them. I own them both. Never played them, and I think I'm okay with that when it comes to The Last of Us. Like the fan base itself enough is fucking annoying. If I can rank the worst fan base in whatever hobby, well, we'll just stick with video games. We would have to put Last of Us fans right at the top. I don't even think that y'all are Last of Us fans. I think more so like the diehard ones. I think they're more Joel fans more than anything. I don't know why y'all want that y'all. I don't know what it is. Y'all want that dude to be y'all daddy or what? But like, get over it. Everybody, they hate everybody or everything else that's involved with that shit other than Joel. Like, if you can hear throughout these years stuff, the amount of bitching and crying still about that dude fucking dying in that game is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And they remastered this shit so many times to the point where it's almost like it's a joke, right? They remastered the remaster. They re-released the re-release. They keep on adding the same shit to it and stuff, and then spark it up, and then they push it out again. You know what they're gonna do next time? They're gonna do it again, and they're gonna do it again for the PS6. If not the end of the cycle of the PS5, they're gonna do the Kill Bill thing, where the Kill Bill movie that just released again, they had both parts and they put it together. They're gonna merge this The Last of Us again, and they're gonna play it, and they're gonna have people buying this shit again for $60 or $70, and then the game itself is going to be all on one disc, and it's going to be a clear transfer to the next game. Like, you can just go right to it. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So I got The Last of Us games. I really, from looking at, I've actually seen the full gameplay of 2. That one is interesting. It seemed like that plays more into what I like stuff. I hate stealth. That's another thing. The whole hiding from the damn things, the tickers or whatever the fuck they are and stuff, and yeah, like, it's not for me. It's not for me anyway. But I can look past that stuff sometimes if you have like good gameplay, good story, and yeah, like the whole Joel obsession and shit. Because you see how many shit people was talking about the actor. What's his name? Fonzarelli. What's his name? He's in every damn thing. It's a term for getting tired of seeing his damn face. They had a big shit about him being the guy. Then they was okay with him being there, and then he died in the second season, and they had an issue that everybody fucking hates Ellie, whether she's the game or the girl that did the show. Like, you don't like the franchise. Like, let's be real. You don't like the damn franchise. Y'all just fangirls to Joel. And if that's your thing, that's okay. Whatever. But why you can't like the game because you like it, because of the gameplay, because of the story? Crazy to me, man. Crazy. You can't like one person in the damn game and then bitch about the rest and then call yourself fans of the franchise. Knock it off. 15. These are the last 2. These are the last 2 that it's like, you own them. Why aren't you playing these? Why haven't you played these? You're in circles when you hear people talk about these games, and you can't engage in the conversation talking about your experience with these games. And this one was probably one of the greatest comebacks when it comes to a certain like certain games that was already looked at with a lot of negative shit. Like players that, when you talking about like basketball and you get like a player that's that really went off season and better his craft and came back and really was really was doing the damn thing. That's Cyberpunk. The most improved award, but definitely has to go to Cyberpunk. And I've owned Cyberpunk 2077 for a couple years now for the Xbox Series X. I actually got it on the Xbox One at the time before I got my Xbox Series X, and I didn't touch it because even at the time when I had it, it was still working on the updates. They said it had gotten better, but it wasn't there just yet. You know, this game was basically unplayable at launch. And yeah, they really went out there and they was like, we don't want to be defined as a team that promised one thing and took so long to push out. But that, I remember that first trailer, and it was like the chick that took the bullet in the eye or something like that, and she was like an android or something like that, and people being like hyped up about it and stuff, and I was like, okay. But I still remembered it at that awards show or whatever. And then fast forward a few years, it comes out finally, and it was cheeks. It was cheeks. People just really didn't like it. And it was like one of the ones where it's like, you can't defend the shit. You know, I'm always for like people that just bitch for the sake of bitching, and I'm just against that shit. And that shit to me is grating. But when everybody was saying like it has a lot of promise, but you can't play it because it just kept on crashing on you. It just kept on doing a lot of fucked up shit. It didn't seem like it was finished in some parts and stuff. And like, granted, at all, you should never do that. I know it's going to be times that stuff like that is going to happen, and people, they just want to push it out because they got a time frame, and they in the mindset, oh, we'll deal with it when we deal with it. Well, a lot of games back in the day didn't have to do that. So you taking up a big task, and you probably boxing in a higher weight class than you should, make to the point where it's going to be like, yeah, we know that it's going to be a lot of people trying to play this game and stuff. Let's try to get the best product out there as possible. And that didn't happen. So, but so I held on to it, waited for it to get to the point where it's palatable. It's really good to go. And then I waited a few more years and then now we're in 2026, and a lot of people talk about it. A lot of people gush about it. A lot of people still playing it, and it's still not a game that I have touched yet. And I'm really excited to check out Cyberpunk 2077. It's that's really one that if I ranked these, there would be at least in the last, at least one or two, you know. Actually, number one is what I'm going to talk about here in a minute. But yeah, Cyberpunk 2077, it's crazy to own this game and not play it, especially all these years. So last game we're going to talk about that's in my backlog, amongst others. This one is not only criminal that I haven't played, that I should have played for a long time now. I need my ass beat. Yeah, there's something definitely wrong with me because I've had this one and I've known about this one, and I had the PS4 version of this game, and I ended up getting the definitive version, the director's cut version on the PS5, and it's still sealed. I'm looking at it right now. Of course, standard PS5 trope. It's loose. It's loose in the case and stuff. I see people that know how to groove that shit back into the case itself without breaking the seal. Just open the damn thing up. That seems like a lot. And I don't know my own strengths sometimes and stuff. I end up snapping that goddamn thing, trying to push it into the little groove and shit. But I'm guess about talking about the director's cut and stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But Ghost of Tsushima, it's crazy, and there's no excuse on this one. I have no excuse. I have no explanation. I bought this game about 2 years ago, and another one is the sequel is out, and it looks just as good. But the amount of fandom that's came with this one is just crazy. Like it was another one where I didn't experience it day one, but it's right up my alley. It's right. I said that multiple times and stuff, but it really is. It's one of those games that it's like, why haven't I not touched this? This great action. It looks great. It looks beautiful. You can put it into that old school type of samurai cinema mode where it's like everything's all black and white, but it still looks very good, very distinctive. The action is solid. The story is great. This one had a lot of great reviews to it. I've never heard anybody say anything negative about it. I know they was trying to give the new one a lot of shit for dumbass reasons. I have no excuse why I haven't played this one properly. I haven't popped it in and played it. This is another Horizon Zero Dawn moment where I know that I wasn't there day one, but when I end up playing it, it's going to be one of my favorite games, if not one of my favorite games of all time and stuff. I have no doubt. I have no doubt in my mind. But it's just one of those things where I just, no, I can't make an excuse. I can't make an excuse for why I avoided this game. It's crazy to me that I've done that and don't know what type of mood that I have to be in, what type of vibe, what type of scenery I need to be in, what everything has to fall into place type of thing. Does the mood have to be right? No, it really doesn't. It just, I don't know if I'm overthinking it or what. But I guess maybe that's where the paralysis comes in, where it's just like you're overthinking something to the point where it's just driving you nuts. And I don't think that's what it is for me. It's just, I'll see the Ghost of Tsushima in my PlayStation 5 area, and I'll reach over and grab Indica or Trepang, instead, or Metro. I'll avoid the Ghost of Tsushima when it's a solid. But this is one that if you're on your deathbed, you're a gamer, you're on your deathbed, you're like, man, I really wish I got a chance to play Ghost of Tsushima before I became one with the earth, man. So yeah, I'm trying to find excuses. Like, why? Yeah, this one, that's a bad one, man, because there's such a, like, this is one of them things where you don't even have to play it to know that it's a solid title, and it ticks all the boxes of what I like. So yeah, I just don't see myself getting to this, turning it on and playing it, and I'm like, I do not like this. That'd be crazy. That would be nuts. So yeah, that's quite a bit. We talked about a few of them, honestly, but I could have pulled out more games than that too. I really could have. Games that I've had for so long that that really I should have tried out by now. Even some of the like the mediocre shit like Deadpool. I never played the Deadpool game and stuff. That has a cool following, a cult following, I should say. Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Plucky Squire. You know, I have the Little Nightmares 3. Little Nightmares 1 and Little Nightmares 2 is two of my favorite games of all time. Love those games. Playing Little Nightmares 3, playing Little Nightmares 2 again for the channel. Love that game, you know? And it's so funny. It's so funny as I'm looking at some of my games right here on my shelf. And I look at old Mind's Eye. I hate that Mind's Eye is like this new punching bag for everybody. And I definitely don't want to pile on and stuff because it's not as bad as everybody else want to fucking exaggerate that it is. But I've had all these games that we talked about before. I've had them. And I was so quick to stick it to all these YouTubers that was just, you know, dogpiling on it. And I'm talking about Mind's Eye, dogpiling on it to, you know, make a point or whatever. And I get to a part in Mind's Eye and I fucking hate it. And I'm like, I think I'm pretty much done with this. And then I think about how much the time that I spent on Mind's Eye. It had been good 6 or 7 hours. And I could have been playing Ghost of Tsushima. You know, I could have played Katana Kami. You know, I could have played Astral Chain. I did that also with Animal Well. Couldn't stand Animal Well. After I spent time on this stuff, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? This shit is so goddamn boring. I could have been playing something else. So, but I experienced those games. I experienced Mind's Eye. I experienced Animal Well. Didn't like it. I went by my business. I went to and played something else. But that's but the lasting thing is the experience, you know? So yeah, so 2026 is a year of the backlog for me. Not the year of buying new games. I am so done. If I don't buy any game, I bought. Okay, did I buy some games in 2026 so far? I didn't buy any games this month. I'm asking myself. No, you know what it was? I ordered some shit that just finally showed up. It was a couple of Nintendo Switch games. That's what it was. But I didn't buy them this year. They just showed up this year. So yeah, it's not the year of chasing whatever is going to be the new Clear Obscure Sleepy 3 game this year. We really going to be going on this shelf. And I didn't talk about the Wii. I got the Wii, the Wii U, Nintendo games, Genesis games that I can. This could have been a longer video. PlayStation 2 games, some classic games that I really want to, that I haven't played before. The Liberty City games for the PS2. Never played those, man. Want to try those. I know they was like kind of a little side thing and they didn't have that much love to it. And I think they was like originally PSP games, but ported to the PlayStation 2. Want to try those out, man. Indigo Prophecy, and their OG Xbox. Like it goes on and on and on, man. So yeah, if I never purchase another fucking game ever again, I am good to go. There's longevity in my gaming space right now, but we got to get to Ghost of Tsushima, man. We can't be here at 2027 talking about, well, I still didn't get to it. That'd be crazy. So I'm excited. I'm motivated. And the YouTube channel is gonna keep me going. The OWS The King Gaming channel will get us through our backlog, man. Because we'll have more discussions about this stuff as the year goes, as the months go. We definitely will be tackling more of these games. Guarantee it. Hopefully we can look back on at the beginning of 2027 and all the games that I talked about I actually played. That would be a fever dream, but a dream nonetheless. So if you're watching this, let me know what's in your backlog. Let me know what games you think I should prioritize, and if you working through your pile of games, I'm there with you, man. Let me know what you picking up next. That'll be nice topic, man. So yeah, the backlog is always a cool topic to talk about. I love to watch other people's videos of talking about it. I really don't like the negative shit that comes with it. They're making it out to be like this whole stressful thing. I don't think it has to be as stressful as it is or whatever. I think that's farming stress drama bullshit from YouTubers and stuff. You don't have whatever made up illness that you think you have. You just got to make choices, man. Got to make choices. And overall, if you're playing a certain game, no matter what it is, whether you replaying the same shit, you're playing a video game, and that's what matters to me. You having fun, you playing a video game that you like, and you ain't out here doing the other fuck shit. So so enjoy it because it is a hobby. It is a hobby that can go away any minute. So why not enjoy it? So this is OWS The King for OWS The King Gaming, your hub for casual gaming. I'll catch you on the next podcast. Don't know what the subject is going to be just yet, but we'll get there. It's snowing out here in the Midwest, man. Crazy snow. So stay warm. Get in the house if you have to. Don't be all out in the street and stuff, because people drive like fucking assholes out there. And yeah, do some gaming, man. Be around your family, have some fun, get some good ass food in you, stuff of that nature. So OWS The King, I'm out. Enjoy. Peace. Be safe.